Hey guys, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're having a great day. I apologise because today we're going to be doing a bit of a scuffed stream, I think. I'm not really sure how this is going to go, so we'll see. But I want to do a bit of a workshop tour, so I want to take you around the office space here and also the workshop, which I don't know how it's going to go. I'm trying to use a mobile app that projects my audio and camera up to here. So I've set up a different scene for this and I'll try and show you through it. But I don't know how it's going to go. It might be really terrible. It might be really good. It might be somewhere in between. I apologise now if that's the case. You came for the snack fridge? Great. We'll definitely take a look at that. So first question is, how's the audio right now? Because I have changed a lot of things. So how's the audio doing right this second? Is it doing okay, or is it not doing so good? Sounds higher pitched. Interesting. I'm not quite sure where that would be. Audio is perfect. It's okay. So this is how the audio will be going forwards, apart from I do need to put some sound deadening up on the walls, but I'll show you guys that later. The audio when we flip over to the camera is going to be wildly different, I promise you, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. Either way, let's see who's here. So Trolling Cootie, thank you very much. You got first. You were the first in chat today, and you also sent a $5 donation saying thanks for help with the gingham. So thank you very much for that, dude. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that your gingham is now fully working. AKB James is here as well. He says, hey, good evening, sir. Glad you're here. Anarchy as well. Depleted Vespine says he's not late this time around. The One Alley says build. So we're going to do two things today. The first thing we're going to do is a bit of a workshop tour, which we'll do maybe in 10-15 minutes time. The second thing we're going to do is take a look at my DolchPac. First of all, see if it works and how usable it is in its current status. And secondly, we're then going to take it apart and see if we can't rebuild it to make it a small form factor PC so that I can use it daily. So we'll see how that goes. I have not opened it up, I've not tested anything, so that part of the stream could also be scuffed really badly, so I do apologise if that's the case. Max F is here as well as TreeLeaf64 and I Love Chilators. HP Keybis is really excited to see the new office. Yeah, well, I want to show you around a bit, just to show how this is and how I've moved things from my old lockup space and my old kind of office space at home to here, and how it's all progressing and things that we've got in plan as well. Because some things are going to change, so I want to show you that too. Steelwind is here as well as Unicorn855 and SwishyKB2. Smudge wants to know what we're building as well. Couch is here too. LBI base as well. Bledin's here too. And Depleted Vespine says, I suspect we won't see the LKT keyboard though. No, you won't. That's not here, I'm afraid. That's at home still. This isn't live. It is live, Bledin. It is 100% live. I'm sure it will be awesome. Hopefully it will be. I don't know how this is going to go. It could be really scuffed and really bad, but we'll see. It looks like we've been raided as well. Thank you very much, folks that are here from the Alex Otos raid. 184 people. Welcome, guys. We are just literally starting, and we're going to do two things today. We're going to take a look at DolchPac, which is just at the side of me here. You can see it on the bottom camera. You can see it's just here at the side. And then we're also going to do a workshop tour, tour around my workshop, show you guys what we've got set up, what's coming, how we're going to change things. There's a couple of the cars here as well. So yeah, can't wait to show you guys that. I was going to go through everyone else and say what's up, but look at all the Alex Auto love. That's amazing. Thanks for that. Thanks for all of the emotes there, guys. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Good time to raid then. Yeah, we literally raided just as we started, and as I say, we're going to go and take a look around the workshop and show you guys what the prototypes warehouse looks like and all of that kind of thing shortly. We're going to do that in a few minutes. So I hope it's going to be interesting. A couple of classic cars in here, a couple of 3D print stations, some snacks in the fridge that I'll show you guys. People have been asking to see that, and some other bits and pieces too. So just kind of like where we'll do quality control, where we'll have keyboards come in. There's a couple of prototypes lying around, all of that kind of stuff to show you through. But yeah, really excited to show you guys this. Am I based in the UK? Yes, I am based in the UK. I'm absolutely based in the UK. I'm one half of Top Clack, I'm Jay, and my counterpart Brian is the other half of Top Clack if you don't watch us usually. And we stream keyboard content, everything from news updates to hot topics to things we want to talk about to build streams, which is this today. As well as that, I'm also a vendor in the UK as well, which is kind of what I do on build streams, share parts of my personal keyboard life and keyboard journey with you guys. So yeah, workshop tour, glad I caught this, says Rob. Nice. Full-time PT? No, it's not full-time, Salvin. It is nowhere near full-time. Well, the hours are full-time, but there is no salary. Pub Goku says, been loving the Instagram stories. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. I'm really glad you've been enjoying them. Tom's here as well. Oakenhorse, sending love from Virginia. Oh, thanks, man. Love from West Yorkshire, back at you as well. Cool. So let's flip over to the camera and just show you the DolchPac first, and then once we've done that and we've had a look at it and we'll work out what we're going to do for the rest of the stream, I'll start to show you guys around the warehouse and the office space. And I apologize, I've not brushed my hair or anything today, so it's all curly and everything. It's all over the place. But you know what? We'll cope. So let's flip over to the build stream camera. So here is the DolchPac, and I promise you, it's really heavy. So this is a late 1990s model DolchPac, and as you can see, they're kind of an all-in-one container that includes a number of different parts. So if I do this, you can see that it actually has a connected keyboard. This is mechanical. These are GMK keycaps on here. The terrible switches, I think the clickies in there, and it also had this whole screen and everything else assembly in there as well. So one of the things I want to do today is work out how I can put a Mac Mini inside this and actually use it as a usable computer. Now, I won't actually be doing the build today. Well, sorry, yes, they are OG caps made by Cherry, yes, but the molds for these caps are now owned by GMK, so they're the same as GMK keycaps, just to be clear, yes, 100%. So yeah, so we're going to be rebuilding this keyboard at some point, but I actually want to put a Mac Mini inside this and try and get that all working. So we're going to take it apart later on stream and just understand what's in there, how I can remove it, how I could potentially use a different screen on this, and how I could get something working. But the whole thing is in pretty damn good condition for its age, he says, as he can't get it back together. Okay, I'm not quite sure I can't get that back on. There we go. Full handle and everything else, so you can pick it up and carry it. All sorts of ports and connectors on the back. Power, we will test it out later on. I don't know if it works, I haven't tested it. Ports on the side as well. Ethernet and some other bits and pieces, and then a whole series of clamps on the base that I'm not quite sure what were for. I think you could do some kind of alteration, like tilt it like this, look, but so that it actually tilted the front backwards. So yeah, we'll see. But this is an amazing bit of hardware. It's just really cool. I've wanted one of these for ages. I have one of the keyboards separately, but I've always wanted a full-on unit, and now we have one. So that's what we're going to be tearing down today to work out how we could rebuild it on a future stream. So we won't go any further because I'll have to buy parts, potentially components, make some bracketry and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I want to make this a Mac Mini with a screen and a keyboard all built into one. And maybe have some sort of side holder for a mouse or trackpad or something like that as well. Who knows? We'll try and work it out as we can. What size is the screen? I think it's a 13-inch screen, I think, but it's about that. But the aim for this is actually to use this as a kind of like a worktop PC. So I just have this lying around in the shop, and I can check order numbers, and I can do all sorts of things like that. That's kind of the plan for this machine in the long term. It just might take us a little while to get there. Langalandy says, I know you asked a while ago, you seem to be clipping sometimes, so I wonder if you can't reduce input and increase output. I have done that. That should be how it's set up. Maybe not. It's probably just because I start to get excited and I get loud, Langlandia. That's probably what it is. It's probably what it is. Yeah, I think it's when I get excited and I just start shouting and get really excited. I think that's what it is. But this really excites me, and I kind of want to make sure that we can build something cool out of this. But this is where the OG Dolch colorway comes from as well. That's what this is based on. And I'm not going to put a sleeper PC in it. Thank you, BreakMix, for the sub, or BreakMK for the sub. I really appreciate that. What we are going to do is put a Mac Mini in it, I think, and use it as an actual workshop PC. That's the plan. Make it wireless, do all of that kind of stuff. That's the plan. So, the second half of the stream, we're going to take this apart, and that's what we're going to take a look at. The first part of the stream, though, I want to share with you guys the workshop. Just putting that to one side because it's hefty. So, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and flick over to be able to use an app which is going to share my phone camera and audio from my phone as well. And then I'm going to walk around the workshop, show you some bits and pieces. I'm not going to be able to see chat too much. I do have a laptop set up in the warehouse where I'll be able to see chat and go and check on it periodically, but I'm not going to be able to keep up with chat as much as possible. So let's see how we get on. Okay, let's see how we get on. It may not work. It may be terrible. Going full Salvin here. Yeah, well, I'm trying to make sure that people are aware that this could be really terrible. And my workshop's not as cool as yours. Nowhere near as cool as yours. We do have some nice toys though. Okay, let's flick over and see if we can't get this working. Okay, so let me know, guys, if you can hear me, and tell me if you can, and tell me if you can see my hand in front of the camera. Is that visible? Is that audible? It's quiet. Okay, I can shout. Let me see if I can turn up the gain on the mic. Okay, how's that? How does that work? Is that all right? Better? I can go a bit louder. Okay, I told you this was going to be scuffed. I told you it was going to be scuffed. Okay, so let's take a tour around the office space first of all. So this is my streaming setup. It's kind of half finished. There is some foam to go on the walls around there. There's some more lights to come as well. I'm actually going to put some lights up on the ceiling. So you can see we've got these light tiles up here, but there's actually going to be a couple more that are going to go in here and here, which are going to be as bright as this light and just give us a lot more even lighting. This is a streaming setup. It's also where I do all of the work for Prototypist and everything else. Monitors on arms, shelf there to hold up to the camera and everything else. You can see the cameras just up here. Microphone as well. Nice simple stuff. As well as that, we also have a couch, a TV, and a PlayStation. I spend so many hours up here that sometimes I just need to be able to chill out, relax, and that's why I've got this. Also, my wife comes up here quite a lot whilst I'm doing work, and she just likes to chill out and watch TV whilst I'm packaging things up and everything else, so we get time to spend a bit of time together too. Just behind me, we've got a bit of a keyboard display. Sirius, Borsdorf, Jane, nice wrist rest, Fiel, and an Ocelot. And then up here we've got a production JO2, an ANSI, Allison, and Numpad. I think that's a TX60 in the copper colorway, Brutal 60, and then a Noxery X60, I think. No, 65%. I can't remember what it is, something like that. And then we have all of the kind of office equipment and bookwork we need. And then these drawers are just full of things like switches, Brown Alps, and then keycaps in the other side. Anything I could possibly need. And then just junk and rubbish in here. Mini JO2s. These are quite cool. 3D printed mini JO2s. They're kind of cool. The Profit keyboard in there as well. That's the Matrix Noah. I think that's the IM165. Spare build for the Jane. And then some cables and stuff in the bottom. Workshop dog also comes here quite a lot, so she spends time up here and she sleeps in that bed, or as more usual, on this couch. But that's kind of the office workspace. Let's just check chat and see what you guys are talking about. See if there's any questions. You left out the chocolate milk. How dare you? Casual Brown Alps legs. Absolutely. I see Profit. Yeah. I'm actually shocked at the video quality here. I'm sorry if it's terrible, guys. I'm really sorry if it's terrible. But we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, and wear your masks, guys. I keep mine with me at all times, so wear your masks. Okay, so moving out of here, this is the front entrance. You can see my daily driver card just there, the Kia, and there's a couple of other businesses in this business park as well. And that's the pub. That's the pub. So it's nice and easy to get to. It's like 2 minutes walk away if I ever need to get a drink. This is where all outgoing packages go, so as soon as they're ready to be shipped, they go there. Deliveries get dropped off on the bottom, and then we kind of have, this is kind of like the workshop area, so this is where I do all the soldering, putting things together, soldering if I'm not on stream. We have a couple of builds in for customers, spare keycaps, a few keycap sets up here as well, just whatever we need. Box of coffee, this is going out to a friend, Lewis Flew. So I'm going to send him all these coffees in a couple of days. They're ones that aren't to my taste. And tomorrow I'm going to plant some succulents as well for the office, which is kind of exciting. This is just full of bolts and things like that. So these are all labelled up and all different bolts and everything else that we need. So yeah. Also have a couple of cars here. This is my classic Z, the Fair Lady Z. This is the 1976 model. Full leather interior. Needs a little bit of TLC in places. I need to put some new window winders on there and at the other side, but other than that, she's pretty good. And I took her out yesterday, and the first thing that happened, bird poop. So I need to fix that as well. But yeah, she's fully restored. It took me a couple of years to put back together. For those that watch my Insta stories, I also brought this car up the other day. This used to be my mother's car, and I've inherited it since she passed away. It's been in a garage for 3 years, so it's absolutely filthy, as you can see. But we're going to do a light restoration on it, me and my younger brother, and we're going to get this back on the road as soon as we can. So maybe in the next couple of months. It's a 20-year-old car, so it's not perfect, but it's in pretty good condition for its age, no rust, and that's something we're going to work on separately. Whiteboard, because that's how I plan all of my stuff, what I need to do. Some pallets and a toilet. I'll show you guys the toilet. You guys don't really want to see this, but I'll share it. This is the loo, disabled loo, because yeah, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Coming around to this area, this is the kitchen area, so there's just a small sink and everything else. I can see chat. Let's have a catch up with chat, see what you guys are saying. Got to fix that bird poop. Yeah. Oh, looks like it's freezing a little bit. I do apologise, guys. So yeah, kettle. We've got some prototypist mugs here as well, which are kind of cool. And then here's the fridge. So we do have snacks in here. We've got Hobnob biscuits, we've got Club biscuits, Kit Kats, plenty of Iron Brew soft drinks, plenty of water, and Bounties, and also milk as well. Just moving over to this side, this is the 3D print station. So we're printing some stem holders at the moment. If you guys have seen my Insta stories, you'll see that I'm often 3D printing stuff. This is what they come out like. And you can just hold your stems and loop them nicely. Nice bit of kit. I need to fix the Ender 3, that's currently broken. So I need to take it apart, reassemble it, sort it all out. But the crusher's working really well. Tons of different filament and tools and all sorts of other bits and pieces, paints and stuff for infilling techniques and all of that kind of thing. I think there's a glue gun in there as well, and all sorts of other bits and pieces. A couple of drills and solvents and things in the tub, and some more Iron Brew down there too. A couple more couches just for chilling out and having a coffee on. There's the Mac Mini that we're going to use for the build, along with one of the first keyboards I ever built, which is a Sodaboard 77. As you can see, it's all nicely rusted. That was intentionally made rusty. My wife nearly killed me because I put it in the oven, and I put loads of salt and vinegar and caustic soda on it and turned the oven on, and it was a whole thing with smoke, and well, it wasn't great. But it made the board rusty, which is what I wanted. Just moving over to this area, this is where we do quality control of keyboards. So we've actually got 6 tables, but only 3 are set up at the minute. There'll be another 3 here soon, so we can have 2 people quality controlling keyboards at the same time. So effectively they'll be unpacked from the manufacturer, they'll be checked over, made sure they're okay, polished, cleaned, and then repackaged back up. So plenty of boxes and bubble wrap and everything else around. Air hose, because we've got a compressor and sandblasting cabinet coming up here in the next couple of days, which should be nice to get them set up. Original JO1 prototype, some of the things I can't share in here. That's actually the Argyle prototype in there. Just waiting for some final parts, we'll be able to get that working. Tons of boxes. Boxes are boring, but we need boxes. This is kind of like a bit of a storage area. There's actually 9 more of these shelves coming, and they're going to have basically rows filling up all of this area here. Most of the keyboards are my vintage collection on here. So there's an old Desco board, Model M. But tape, boxes, spare ginghams. I think that's a TGR. I think. Is it? Yeah, TGR in there. These are all Mechanise boards that Leandrin sent to me just here. So we need to take a look at those at some point. Vintage typewriters. Those are actually the Drifter desk mats. They've come in stock, but the keycat set Cat Drifter hasn't shipped us yet. Just random parts, prototype PCBs, prototype gaskets, tape, What else have we got? We've got a few Hyper 7s, there's one in the box, and a couple of Hyper 7 PCBs here as well. Plates, loads and loads of ISO and ANSI plates in steel. Spare keycap sets. That's actually the prototype set for HSA. I need to send that back to Necroman and Necrowoman of my keyboard. Spare cloths for keeping things clean and tidy. And this is kind of like my build shelf. So this is all the things I need to build or have a spare build for to do. So we've got like a matrix board here. I think that's an exclusive board. A couple of other bits and pieces. That's an OG SAG board, which is original UK ISO die subs. A couple of vintage Mac boards as well. I think this one's Arabic. Yeah. So Arabic Legends on that one. Some more vintage boards down here that I need to sort out. What else have we got? This is cool. This is a vintage Commodore board, which was actually one of the inspirations for the JL1, with the macro columns at the side and a huge spacebar. TMO 50. I think there's a couple of TX boards in there. That's a Volcano 660. Some spare JL1 parts in that box. These are for a build, which is a Keycult number 2 that I've got that's custom commissioned. That's going to be in Phantom Purple to match GMK Phantom. Dora 67. It is what it is. I've got 2 boards in here. These are actually 2 Rains. So there's one aluminium one, which is here. And then in the box is also an acrylic one as well. Another board there. I think that's an IDB 60 spare. And then that's an ASK 55. So lots and lots of stuff going on here, but more and more shelving coming in. And as I say, that's going to fit all of this area here. I'll ignore the rubbish pile because that's all, I'm waiting for the council to come and collect all the rubbish. But they're all effectively going to take up this space. I do some small workouts here as well, so there's a bit of gym equipment. These are all the acoustic tiles that are going to go on the wall around the streaming setup. I just need to put them on a board and then put the board on the wall. That's going to happen in the next couple of weeks or so. So these are already just laying out they come vacuum packed, you see, like this. So you have to leave them out so they actually plump up and get ready to be stuck to the walls and everything else. Tools, because everyone needs tools. I like my Weira tools, so I tend to use this brand. Weha tools, sorry, Weha. So I tend to use them for pretty much everything I can. Yeah, that's pretty much the workshop, guys. Shop back. I need to unbox that. That's a new one, actually. So we'll see how it goes. The other thing as well is we do have some storage space up here. So this is actually a usable mezzanine floor. And I just need to put a full staircase in there. So there's going to be a staircase that actually runs up this wall eventually and leads onto the top. So I'm looking forward to that. And we do have planning permission to put mezzanine in across from where this beam is across here, all the way across to this one here. So that would put another 1,500 square feet up there from the depth, which would be quite nice. So we might do that in a couple of years' time if we need space to expand. And then the other thing that I want to use these 2 desks on the back for is I want to get a laser cutter in here at some point soon, and some more 3D printers as well. So something maybe a little bit bigger, or maybe an SLA printer or something like that. So yeah, so there we go, guys. That's the workshop. We do have another car coming up here tomorrow as well, so that should be 3 cars here from tomorrow, or 4 with whatever I'm driving up on the day. But that doesn't arrive until tomorrow, and at that point, I think this one's just going to have to drive up through this gap so we can fit the final one in here. Full up and over doors. Just to give you context, that's the front door. So there we go. And then back in the office, and there we are. So, let me flick back to the normal build. Okay, so, can you hear me again, guys? I flipped back over. I hope you guys can hear me again. Oh, the other camera's frozen. Let's fix that. All good? Nice. So hopefully you enjoyed the tour, guys. If you guys have got any questions, ask away. Just tag me and ask away. Just tag DolchPac and ask away. I'll try and filter through and see if there's any other questions. Desco board. Yes, Desco board. TJ just chilling. Aye. Gaskets everywhere. There is a WATEC in there as well, James. Good spot. Good spot. I feel like I've stepped back into the 21st century with your internet. Oh man. Arabic board. Yeah, I really, really like it. Huey, thank you very much for the raid of 3 people. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. The only true 10 spacebar I know of. Most others are 9.75. Yeah, the Commodore boards are great. Commodore boards are great. The Doro, the guys that know the Doro story, they know the Doro story. Yeah, I don't know what all of the boards are. I need to sit down and work it out. Gym workout review, please. Oh man, gym stream. No, it's terrible. I tend to do. This sounds really bad, but I tend to do Pilates, and that's what it's all for. So, just to try and help with my mobility, because I did used to suffer from a really bad back a few years ago. So that's what I do. Keyboard and calves with Jwen. Maybe. Datsun startup. You guys want to hear the Datsun startup? Do you actually want to hear that? I can do that if that's what you want. The Peugeot won't start because it's dead, but I could start the Datsun up. Drop size warehouse. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. Alright, okay. If I get 3 people asking for a Datsun startup, I'll start it up. Chair. The chair's a Nui chair. That's what it's called. It's available on Secret Labs in the UK. What app am I using? It's called IV Cam. It's by End-to-End Software. Music's a bit loud. Sorry, dude. Let me turn it down a little bit. There we go. It's because I was changing cameras, so the music will pop around a little bit. Jay, the most interesting man in the world? Nah, not at all. Have I moved the PC setup from home to the workshop? No, this is a separate PC. This is a different PC. I still have one at home. Nice cars, but you dox yourself. Everyone has this address. This address is public. It has to be public in the UK because it's a business address, so the address for this building is public. There's nothing I can do about that. Thank you very much, Secret Slayer, for the 1500 bits, man. That's really, really awesome. It says, let me hear her power. Okay, we'll flip back to the camera and we'll start her up in a minute. Went very smoothly. Thanks. I thought it was going to be a bit dodgy this stream. How much would one of those 3D printed stem holders be going for? Would they not be sold? I don't sell them. All I do is just give them away for free in packages. Whenever I package something up, I give away a little mini JR2, or I give away a little keycap opener, a key switch opener, or I give away a stem holder or something like that. I just chuck them in packages for free. Out of everything, I'll take the bounty. Nice workshop. Thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Is couch christened? No comment. How much do I bench? No comment. I have no idea. I've not benched anything in God knows how long. More specs on the keyboard on the desk. This one here in the little camera, this is the JO1 revision one. Go check out the interest check. Newcomer here, so did Top Clack make the JO1 and the JO2 boards? No, so that was me personally with help from other people, so notably James AKB, he's my CAD guru, and Flex, who does my PCB designs for the latest boards at least. But yeah, it's not Top Clack related, it's purely me as a person, as an individual. Why does your green and yellow couch look like Dandy? That's just an old throw man from home, but yeah, it does look a bit like the Dandy. It does look like Dandy, GMK Dandy a little bit. Seeing as you like your cars, any suggestions of first car for a 17 to 18 year old? Get an Escort or something like that, or a Corsa, or just go something cheap and simple. Ford Fiestas are great cars. Like, you can get 125 brake horsepower, 1 litre engined Fiesta for next to no money. It's a no-brainer these days. What Kia do you drive? The daily driver is a Kia Sportage, which is a 1.7 CRDI Sport one. It's boring, but it's dependable, and it's got plenty of space in it. Why no shower in the restroom? If there was a shower in the restroom, I'd never leave. Does more than one person work at the workshop? Right now, no, it's just me. The wife's sometimes here when she's watching TV and things like that. There are plans to bring other people in when we're doing quality control, packaging and shipping, which is why we need more than the 3 desks that are out there. I actually have some more at home in the garage ready to set up. So I've got another 3 tables and another 9 sets of the shelving for when products start to come in. Okay, you guys all seem to want to hear the Datsun startup. I'm way behind on chat. I know, I'm catching up, dude. I'm catching up. Datsun startup. Start it. Okay. Oh gosh. Too much iron brew. Not healthy. I know, man. I know. Does the pub across the road do Sunday roast? It does, but I've never been to it. I've never actually been in that pub. I have no idea whether it does or not. Do you work out of the space by yourself, or do I have employees? Just me on my own. Technically, the business has no employees. I'm the chief executive officer of the business, but I don't actually take a salary or anything. I take no money out of prototypers for me personally. It's all gets pumped back into the business and stuff like that. The workshop will be better when everything else is set up fully. Right, let's flip back over to the other camera and let's see if we can do a Datsun startup for you guys, because you seem to want that. So back on the other camera, let me grab the keys. Okay. I think the keys must be in the actual car. Let me... Oh no, they're in my pocket. I have them. They're here. They're here. Right, okay. Let's see how this goes and give her a start up. There you go, guys. I hope that wasn't too loud. Okay, let's flip back over to the other camera. Okay, how was that? Let me just put my phone to one side. Oh, cool. You weren't expecting me to do it. I wasn't going to turn the volume up any louder than that. I'd have to come back in here to do the volume anyway. Juicy even with the clipped audio. Yeah, the audio is never going to be great here in a car like that on a stream like this. Yeah, she's really cool. It's my car. It's my personal car. I own it, and it's a Datsun Fairlady Z. Left-hand drive, is that difficult? No, it's an imported car. So I imported it from California a few years ago. Spent a couple of years repairing it, doing it up, and getting it road legal, which it is now. It's completely road legal. It's fully MOT'd, which is a test we have to do here in the UK, and it's fine. It's actually a California car. I maxed my mixer volume so I got the full effect. If you guys want a real sound test of the car, I'll put one on Instagram tomorrow, okay? How about that? Gain is a bit high on your mic again. It's because I'm shouting a little bit. I apologise. I apologise profusely. If you brought up on left-hand drive, it's no different than right-hand drive. The difference is, left-hand drive car on a right-hand drive road, you can't see to overtake all the time, so you actually have to almost undertake to overtake, so you have to have... It's just a visibility thing. So it is much more difficult driving a left-hand drive car on a right-hand side road, or a right-hand drive car on a left-hand side road. So it's just another thing. Would I be able to buy one of the switch stem holders? I don't sell them. I just chuck them in packages for freebies for people to have. It's as simple as that. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the workshop tour. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Datsun. I can't turn over the Peugeot and let you listen to that because the car is dead. It needs a new battery. It needs new fuel injectors. It needs pretty much everything. It's been sat for 3 years, so I can't send that one over. I do have another car that's going to arrive tomorrow, so watch out on my Instagram, jprototypist, because I'll have another car that might just be as loud as the Datsun here as well. So yeah, so excited to show you guys that as well. J01 R1 update. Yes, I'm using the prototype here. Group buy soon. That's it. I just need some prices and things like that I'm working on. Interest's looking good, significantly higher than I was expecting it to be. So we just need to work that through. Came for the stream, stayed for the car. Another JDM. It's not actually. No, it's not another JDM car. But it's something that's cool. It's 31 years old. It was built in 1989. If that gives you any clues, I don't know. So there we go. So there we go. Okay, cool. So do you guys want to see the DolchPac now? Or it's not a Beetle. It is not a Beetle. I had a Beetle, I sold the Beetle, it's not the Beetle. Is it going to be hard to get a JO1? I'm hoping that I'll be able to put the numbers at the right price to make sure that it's not too difficult to get one. It's not a Mustang, it's not a Reliant Robin. You guys watch my Insta and you'll see it tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. The only person who actually knows about this is James AKB. So maybe pester James AKB. Maybe you should all tag James AKB in chat with hearts and see if he will tell you what it is, because I'm not going to tell you. So maybe you should do that. Send James AKB in chat hearts. There you go. Or AKB James. Thoughts on electric cars? So I've driven a Tesla. I've driven a couple of Teslas actually. When I change the Kia, I want to change my daily driver for an electric car. The Tesla, the way it drives is so bizarre for the first 5 minutes, and then you wonder why not every car drives like that. So the fact that it's automatically braking if you're not accelerating, it's kind of difficult to get your head around for about 5 minutes, and then as soon as you do get your head around it, you think, why doesn't every car do that? So Tesla, yeah, absolutely. I would love to change the daily driver for a Tesla. I did look at it before when I changed my previous car. So I had this and a Mazda 6 for a long time. I got the Mazda 6 in 2016. I got the Kia in 2018, both brand new. I had them both for a while. I sold the Mazda 6 at the back end of last year. I was really tempted then to try and look at a Tesla, but then with the whole COVID thing and everything else, it's kind of off the cards now. And then my wife got made redundant and lost a job. So Tesla is a while away, but there is another car coming tomorrow. There's another car coming tomorrow. Okay. Regenerative braking, yes it is, Tron Cudi, yes. It's not a three-wheeler. It's a Reliant kitten, maybe. It doesn't sound like a kitten, but it does purr. How is Lodestone coming along? So Lodestone's coming along really well. I showed the prototype on stream about a month ago now. That prototype is with Flex, who designed the PCB. He is he's assessing it, but he's also got to try and fulfill his group buy for the FLX Virgo at the moment, so his time is vastly constrained. So we're just taking a break on Lodestone development until after he's shipped the Virgo, and then we can start to take a look at Lodestone again. So it's just a timing thing, and then we'll get there. Reliant Scimitar, how you pronounce it, good cars. They do a really, really nice estate version with the boot and everything. Love those cars, but it's not something I would want. So yeah, the material will be well aged by the time. Salvin, you've actually got a parcel. So the parcel's out there, Salvin, that you might have seen a few minutes ago. One of them is on its way to you. So there you go. Have I joined the CU65 group buy? No, that board's not for me. It's not something I'd be interested in personally. It might be a Fiat Multipla. It's not a Fiat Multipla, James. You know damn well it's not. You know damn well it's not. Salvin's sending me emotes now. Vohiyo. Don't know what that is. Chaos says, can I send you an image of my new wrist dress? Will I be able to DM you it? Yeah, reach out on Discord, man, and DM me. I'll definitely take a look. Send me on Discord. Okay, so all I can smell now is petrol. So thanks for guys for making me start that without the shutter doors open. Fiat 124 Spider. Oh, that would be amazing. I'll give you one more clue. It's for the company as it's a personal owned vehicle. It was not owned by the company, but I will be using it for the company. So there we go. Gouty. Yes, I was just starting up the Datsun. The Datsun's just out here. I was starting up a few minutes ago. You missed it. Go back and watch the stream if you want to see it. There's 2 cars here at the minute, plus my daily driver, so I've only got 3 up here at the minute. But yes, there is 3 cars here right now. And there's another one coming tomorrow. Okay. Range Rover Evoque. It's not a Range Rover Evoque. Range Rover didn't make the Evoque in 1989, Mr. Petrov. It might be a Nissan S-Cargo. James, you know what the car is. It might not be any of these. Smudge is closer with the VW T2. It's not a T2. It's not a PT Cruiser. It's not a Land Rover. They did make the Nissan S-Cargo in 1989, though. Did they? I didn't know that. Rolls Royce. It's not a Rolls Royce. It's a utility vehicle. Let me put it that way. It's a utility vehicle. It's not a Corrado. It's not a Celica. I'm not telling you. Just watch my Insta tomorrow, guys, and it'll be on there when it gets delivered. When it gets dropped off tomorrow, it'll be on Insta. You'll see it. I'll probably do a video of it or something like that, and then maybe we'll show it off next week's stream or something as well. But then we'll have 3 cars here permanently, plus whatever I'm driving up at the time. And this camera is frozen again. Utility car, Pagoni's Honda. Absolutely. I wish. Lada Rivas are great cars. I would love a Lada Riva. But maybe not now. It's a Fiat Multipla. It's not a Fiat Multipla. If it was a Fiat multiplier, I wouldn't be excited to show it off, to be fair. And we're not Top Gear now, but that's where the name Top Clack comes from. Top Gear, Top Clack. That's where the idea for the name was from. Just check Tarpan in Google Images. It's not a Tarpan. What am I looking at here? Oh, that's it's not a horse. No, it's not a horse. What am I thinking of? There's a car that's like that. Is there a car that's called that? Yes, there is. Yeah. Okay. So it's not that. It's not that. That is the car I thought we were talking about, but it's not that. Salika. It's not a Salika. Chaos just sent me an image. Nice. Let's have a look, Chaos. Let's have a look. I don't think you did send me it because I don't have it. I don't have it, Chaos. Yeah, I definitely don't have it. Definitely don't have it. It's not a Dodge. Calling it Slammed Caddy, maybe. 18 black car, maybe. T3, maybe. Don't know. Just watch the Insta tomorrow. You guys will see. You guys will see. It's a Golf. I'm going to be very happy. It's not a Golf. It's not a Golf, but I think you'll still be happy. And that's enough. That's enough. Right. It's enough car talk. We're not a car show. This is not a car stream. This is supposed to be a keyboard stream. I want to show you guys my DolchPac. I'm not happy now. Is that a double negative? The way you've pronounced that? I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with the build stream. Let's flick over. Okay, so I want to show you guys the DolchPac, and the first thing I want to do is actually test and see if this thing works, because this thing is so cool, and it'd be really awesome if it actually just worked out of the box, and I was able to get anything useful out of it. So let's see if we can show you guys the screen as it's plugged in. Okay, where's the power go? Okay, it's plugged in, but it's turned off. So I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and tilt it like this, and we'll see together if this actually works. I'm going to flick the switch. It is. So this has actually been changed into a network sniffer at some point, but it's really, really interesting. So have you seen the bit splits video on upgraded DolchPac? No, I haven't, but I want to put a Mac Mini in this one. So that's the plan, Gouties, is to take a Mac Mini that I showed people in the workshop and actually put it inside here and use the screen or replace the screen or do something, whatever I need to do to actually make it a working PC. Okay, well, let's see what we get. Are you ready for the smoke? I'm gonna be ready on the power buttons. The power button's just under here. I'm gonna flick it in a second. Let's see how this goes. It's making a noise. We have lights. We have lights just here. Oh, here we go. Is it going to post though? Starting MS-DOS. Here you go, guys. It actually works. Sniffer Analyzer, Windows Startup. Let's try that. Let's see how this goes. Does it run Crysis? Probably. We'll put The Witcher on it though. We'll do that. Energy Star compliant. Oh boy, this is so cool. This is awesome. No burning. No burning smells. This is the Pack 63 as well. There was a 65 version. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. How cool is this? It's in Japanese, which is kind of understandable because I bought it from Japan. Okay, this is awesome. And funnily enough, there's actually a file here called Argyle. I don't know if you guys can see that. But that's kind of fun. I've not turned this on or anything, but there is a file here called Argyle, and we have the Argyle prototype in the back. That's awesome. This is so cool. I have no idea how to change the language, but the fact that it actually works is kind of phenomenal. Gouty, you know more about these than I do. Is there any way I can get this to run like Linux or something modern on this setup that's in it? Because that would be amazing if I didn't have to do it. Oh, I haven't had a look. Let me look after the stream, Chaos. I'll look after the stream. I do have a DM. Oh, the keyboard is a placeholder for a tofu, but I don't have the full scale. It's for a 764. Oh, nice. Is that made from like? I was going to look afterwards. Let me share a link with people in chat. Let me see if I can paste that link in. So, guys, go have a look at the wrist rest from Chaos. That looks like it's made from pallet wood or something like that. It looks really nice. Do I know anyone who speaks Japanese? I know one person who speaks Japanese. Bloodin. Or do we need to get AK Fire into this? We need to get AK Fire into this, right? Chaos, I would love to buy one of those from you. If I can buy one of those, let me know. Let me know. Windows 3.1, yeah, this is just so cool. This is absolutely crazy this actually works. It's enough. Make me one, dude. Make me one. Make me one for the JO1. If you make one the length of the JO1, I will pay good money for it. Because I think that looks great. No, Bloodin doesn't speak Japanese, but AK Fire lives in Japan now. So I don't know if you remember Ken Gouty. I'm sure you do, but Ken is a legend in his own lunchtime. He's had a bit of a bad time recently, but he's a really, really nice guy. Yeah, this is so cool. This is so cool. I have no idea what I'm even doing because I haven't even looked at MS-DOS or anything like this in God knows how many years. But the fact that it actually works is just crazy. This is crazy. But it does. It literally all works. Is AK Fire Ken? Yes, AK Fire is Ken Dan, yeah. Am I going to change the switches? And if so, what to? Yeah, I put some more modern switches in this. I'm going to take it apart because I think I can put this... I think if I remember rightly, the last time I had one of these keyboards, I didn't have the main case. But the keyboard actually had the PCB that supported both ISO and ANSI natively. So if that's the case on this one, then what I can do is I can actually just rebuild this as ISO and put a new set of Dolch on there. I'll probably pick up a set of Dolch R5, pop that out on there, and I think that'll look really nice. Or maybe even modern Dolch or something like that. I definitely want to take this badge off here, this network sniffer badge. The Dolch badge is underneath there. Let me see if I can show you guys. But when I do it, I want to make sure I'm not damaging anything underneath there. So you can kind of see that there is a badge just underneath it. It's kind of like obviously there. You can see where it's lifted in the middle. So yeah, I think the sniffer badge is cool. I'm not a fan of it. I prefer the original Dolch badge to be there. But it even has the plastic still on this label. Look, the plastic's still on that label. This is so cool. This is like, I don't know how I got so lucky to get this, but I'm really happy that I did. Switches, put something more modern in there, probably inks or something like that. It's in really good condition. Let me turn this off actually. I'm just going to turn this off and unplug it. I kind of don't... The Dolch badge is under there, Gouty. Yeah, you could like when I run my finger over it, I can feel the Dolch badge, and it's actually kind of raised as well. You can see here that it's actually kind of raised because the Dolch badge is under there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the heat gun gently and lift it off gently with a bit of heat, just so I can take as much of the residue away as possible and not actually damage the plastic underneath. That's the plan. It's in such fantastic condition. This is amazing. Like, I'm so surprised that this actually works. Someone asked me the other day as well if it had the adjustable feet for the front, and it absolutely does. It has the adjustable feet on both sides, so you can actually tilt this and have it based off that as the flat. So I paid, including shipping to the UK from Japan, this cost me, plus import fees because I got stung with those afterwards. It's £70, £72 something plus VAT, so it was about £100 or just under £100 for this whole thing shipped from Japan. And everything else. Now it works. I'm probably not going to take it apart. What I think I want to do is actually work out how I can install Linux on here and use it as a Linux-based machine. I think putting it, if it didn't work, I would have absolutely taken it apart. But the fact that it actually works, I think I need to work out how to install Linux on it. So that's going to become the pet project. And then from here, I'll just rebuild this with some modern switches. I'm not even sure what switches are in here actually. Let's take a look. I think they're blues. Yeah. So it's Cherry MX blues. But we'll definitely take those out. Let's see if this does have the option for ISO on the PCB, if we can see. So it doesn't actually. So I'm going to need a replacement PCB for this. So yeah, I'm going to need a replacement PCB. Okay. I wonder if the old DolchPac keyboard I have has ISO support, and then I can take that off there. If not, then yeah, I might hit up Andy and see if we can do that. I paid more than that for just DolchPac caps, I think. Yeah, I got an absolute bargain on it, Gouty. It was like one of those things, and I just couldn't say no. When I saw it, I was talking to James. I'm like, James, I'm buying this. And he's like, yes, do it. Because it would have been silly not to. It was one of those deals that was just silly not to take at the time. But yeah, how cool is that? 472,000 Ugandan shillings. I don't know what the exchange rate is. What did you get it for? Froze up just under £100 in total shipped, which is about $115. Can you show how the keyboard clips onto the monitor? Yeah, so there's these pins here, and those slot into these gaps here. So the cable gets into that trough, and then it goes like this. And then there's two hooks here, and there's one just off camera that you can't see. And as you press this button, you'll see that it moves. And that corresponds to a slot on here, and that just clips together nicely. And then you push these, and it unlocks them. But there's one at each side. So there you go. Jump Up says hi. Hi, man. Good to see you. Drop me a DM about 1800 PCBs and pack compatibility. I've been through a few. I tell you what, Gouty, if you can help me get this running with Linux and with an ISO-based PCB, then I will let you keep that Borsdorf that I sent you. I'll let you keep it. But how cool is this, man? I'm so stoked that this actually works. Oh, you get... Hey, man. You know, collaboration. I like to pay for things like that, so yeah, everything is just here and works. So it's got the original feet for the keyboard. That's the feet to angle the keyboard. It's got the feet from here. It looks almost new. You're absolutely right. There is some marks to it, but nothing a little bit of a light polish won't fix. Original rubber feet all in place. The only thing that is missing is the original 4 rubber feet that go in here. Those don't seem to be anywhere about. So that is a slight shame, but other than that, yeah, everything is here. All of the original ports on the rear, everything else. Man, I want to get this working now. I really want to get this working. And then of course, this is where most of the damage to the case is. There's some scuffs and marks here. I think I can polish these out with a bit of TLC on the plastics. So yeah, all of the original ports, this just needs a clean and polish. It is a little bit dusty, but I'm pretty sure we can get this all working. I wonder what other expansion ports we can get for this as well, because that might be cool. This is super skookum. Okay, well, I've kind of run out of content for the stream then, because I don't want to actually destroy this anymore. I was all set for taking this apart, taking a look inside. I suppose we still can take a look inside, but taking a look at what the options were for stripping it out, putting a Mac Mini in there, and now this has all changed, and this is actually going to become a keep it as it is and preserve this damn fine machine by putting a different operating system on it. Absolutely, Hugh. I'm just going to put a different operating system on it. I have no idea what architecture it is. No idea. But it's super cool. Even down to the Dolch logo. Look how cool this logo is. Look how cool that badge is. You gotta admit, guys, OG Dolch way better than Modo. Right? OG Dolch better than Modo Lite. Or, well, better than Modern Dolch. Yeah, definitely a bigger fan of that. You should work this beauty up. Absolutely, that's the point. I want to absolutely get this 100% up and running and in use as the workshop PC. That looks like the Modo symbol. Yeah, I'm hugely impressed. Gary, I was not expecting this to work. I was expecting to get smoke when I plugged it in. I was literally expecting to get smoke out of this, and do you know what? It works. And it's in really good condition, like unbelievably good condition. Yeah, Chaos. I'll check out my Discord DMs straight after stream. Thanks, man. Thank you. So, there we go, guys. I think I'm kind of done for the stream because that's the last thing I want to do. I want to go and chat to Gouty and spend an hour in chat with Gouty now and see if I can see what we can do. Unless Gouty wants to come on the stream and chat. we can talk on stream live if you'd like to, Gouts. Would you guys like it if I interview Gouty about vintage boards for 20 minutes? Would you guys like that? A little scuffed podcast, yeah. Yeah, would you guys like that? Vote in chat, guys. Let's hound Gouty into doing this. You want the goots? Okay. We can do something about this. What an episode, right? This is like a completely scuffed stream. It's like workshop tours, starting cars up because that's what you guys demanded. We looked at DolchPac and then completely threw the plans out of the window, and now we're gonna get Gouty on stream. Okay, so Gouty, audio or audio and video? Which would you prefer? Would you prefer audio or audio and video? Which would you prefer? Because we're gonna do a super scuffed stream here. Audio. My room is a mess. Okay, audio only. Audio only for Gouts. Let's get Gouts on. Let's see if I can join a voice chat. Okay. So Gouty, are you part of my prototyper server? Let me invite you to this. Let me invite you. Okay. I sent you an invite. If you join that channel, Gouty, we're gonna do a little bit of a voice chat with Gouty, and Anaki's here as well. Anaki's also an extreme legend when it comes to vintage PCs and computers and keyboards. Check the capacitors as well as replace the disc because of its age. Okay, can definitely do that. Okay, let me know when you've joined the invite that I've just sent you, Gouty, and we'll get you on stream, and we'll just have a little bit of a chat for 10 minutes or so. Okay. Okay. I'm going to join the voice chat channel, and then I'm going to drag Gouty in. Okay, so I'll be able to hear Gouty now. You guys won't. Are you there, Gouts?
Hello, how's it going?
Hey man, good. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, let me try and grab your audio from here and put that on there. In fact, actually, you guys can hear him, yeah, because I've got the desktop audio on. Let me turn the music off for this, then I can turn your volume up on the thing. Okay. Okay, do you want to just do a test 1 2 3 for the chat, Gouts?
Test 1 2 3 2 2 1 2 3.
Okay, guys, can you hear him? Is that nice and clear? Come on, chat, tell me, is that nice and clear? Sounds good, cool. Yeah. Okay, so how you doing, Gary? How you doing? Everything all right?
I'm all right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna watch the video back and cringe at my voice. I'm sure. But, yeah.
I do that every week, man. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be cool. You need to go and watch the car as well, because I was showing a couple of the cars that we've got here off earlier on. So you need to go. And
I missed it.
Yeah, and you might have been right about the car tomorrow. Don't say what you said in chat, but you might have been right about what the car is that's coming tomorrow.
Excellent insight. I mean, yeah, you pretty much gave it away with. Well, I won't repeat, but yeah, you pretty much gave it away.
Did I? Right. Okay. Maybe I only gave it away to a certain subset of people that know a bit about cars and things. But yeah, so that's coming tomorrow. I'm really excited for that. So we're sharing that on stream as well at some point, I'm sure. Okay, so what do I need to know then, Gouty, about DolchPacs? What's the trick here?
So, I bought I bought the OG Dolch key set off of a guy in America a few years ago, and then afterwards, you're talking back like 2016, 2017 sort of time.
Sure.
And afterwards, I put out a call saying I was after a case for it as well.
Right.
And the same guy came back to me and said, "Oh, I've got a case." So I ended up paying a ridiculous amount in shipping. This is why I'm so pissed off that you managed to get the whole thing for, what was it, 70 quid or something plus shipping?
£72 something shipped, and then a bit of VAT on import. Yeah.
I definitely paid more than that just for a case, just for the keyboard case and the caps.
Wow.
So there, I had the case, I had the caps, but I didn't have a PCB or anything to go with it. I bought, at the time, the only thing that you could really get was a Liku, which fit, and it was great. I think it even had the lock lights in the correct orientation. So that's one of the things that you'll find is an issue with compatibility with regular 1800 cases, is that the lock lights are vertical rather than horizontal.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
So things like the TKC 1800 don't have the vertical, and but I believe that the Lychee, which is like a Chinese QMK compatible PCB,
Right.
that Stocks gave me one, and I've been using for a while. It's good. It's difficult to get it working. What are you looking for anyway? Do you want it so it uses the existing sort of PS2, because it used the original PCB uses PS2 over that like telephone cable.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I want to use the board as it is. I don't want to change anything that I don't have to change. So, just somehow making the compatibility on the keyboard ISO. That's where I want to get to.
Okay. I don't know how you do that. I need to find out though, because I want to keep this fucking board off, don't I? But you might find, well, your easiest option is probably going to be finding an ISO
Replacement
PCB.
piece, original
Yeah,
PCB. Right. Yeah.
just doing a swap with someone, but I don't know. I know that the ISO ones are a fair bit rarer than the ANSI ones, just because everywhere used ANSI. Even in
Yeah.
the
Okay, I'm
UK,
just
most of
look
the
on
ones that you
eBay
see
now.
are.
Oh man, there's a DolchPac on here for £1,100 or
No.
$1,500. Oh my gosh! So this is the
That,
identical to one I've got. I'm gonna put it into the chat, guys. If you guys want to take a look at this horrible
I
link, but that's that's one on eBay right now.
I can guarantee you that's not in as good condition as the one that you've got as well. Oh, actually, no, it looks pretty good,
That looks
but
alright actually.
still,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't think that's terrible.
But you'll see even that one's ANSI as well.
Yeah, well that is in the US. Is that one? Yeah, yeah, that's in the
Oh, okay.
US.
But yeah, that's more like the prices that I've seen online. I've got a notification for when they come up, and yeah, it's normally 600 quid minimum sort of thing.
Right.
So getting
Okay.
one for 70 is just insane.
Let me just type up a want to sell post for a DolchPac for 900 quid and just undercut that one a
Yeah.
little bit. No, okay, so yeah, so I'll have to have a look and see if I can find that original one. And if not, I think you're right. I think it's going to have to be a custom PCB because I don't want to make it USB or anything like that. I'd rather keep the stuff there working as it works now.
Well,
Um,
you could get you could still have it all working and install, because there are plenty of expansion slots on it as well.
yeah.
So you could get USB working through. I don't know what the USB support is like on Windows 95, but
Well, I think I'll probably boot it into Linux and have like a Linux
oh yeah,
installation on
yeah,
there, because then I'll have something that's relatively modern with a relatively modern browser that I'll actually be able to access Shopify through, which is what I want to use it for.
take a look at Puppy Linux.
Puppy
It's
Linux. Okay,
probably,
I'm gonna
yeah,
get some tabs open here.
yeah. It's probably. I mean, you've got a damn small Linux as well, DSL. Um, but that's more of that's pretty basic. And actually, I haven't known anyone to use that for. What size is the hard drive on it? Do you know?
I don't know, and I didn't check. I did try and have a look when it was on stream, but it was in Japanese, so I couldn't work out where to go for it. I imagine it's really small. So what I probably do is I'll probably keep the hard drive that's on there as is, as to Anaki's suggestion. Get a replacement hard drive. Work out how I need to install Linux
Yeah.
on that replacement hard drive. Um, so I'll probably just buy something that's, I don't know, like 50 gigs or something like that, or 100 gigs hard drive or something. Whatever the maximum it will recognize is.
Yeah, you're going to be able to pick up. It's probably IDE. It's probably,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be really cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. So I need to research running Linux on it. I need to research a hard drive to buy, and then I need to research finding a replacement PCB for the keyboard, or alternatively commissioning one. So
yeah. I don't actually know. This is something that I've wondered for a while. Is whether there's any way of getting. Well, I know that some of the older Korean boards were PS2 only, but I don't actually know how to make a PS2 compatible keyboard now. I don't know how you would go about doing that, or who you'd
No
even
idea.
talk
I'm not a technical expert with that kind of thing. I think I need to. We'll be limited to IDE and FAT, so probably will be limited on size. Yeah, I thought it might be Anarchy. I imagine it might even be limited to like 30 gigabytes, whatever the FAT limit was. But definitely need to take a look. So Anarchy's giving me a link now to Desk Authority. Oh, and he's sending me a picture of an ISO version of the
Yeah.
keyboard. Yeah.
Oh, it's not German either. It's actually
Oh, it's
UK,
UK.
which is
Wow,
even
that's pretty cool.
yeah.
DolchPac 6. That was a 62. Yeah, so mine's a 63C. So it's not quite the earliest version. Okay. PS2 to USB adapter. Yeah, you can get those live PS2 to USB adapters. I'd really rather not do that, but QMK definitely supports PS2, says Tinkertronic. That's interesting. So if it
Oh,
definitely supports
really?
PS2, then I just need to find someone who can help me design a PCB at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, this is looking interesting.
We know some people. We know, you know.
I'm thinking this might be a job for Andy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that might be
I
a
know
job for Andy.
he's well, I don't know if this is leaks, but I know he's been working on some other Cherry compatible keyboards. So yeah.
Eldar1 says 64 megabytes is not a lot of RAM. Didn't Bill Gates make a comment about that at some point, saying that no one should need more than that amount of RAM or something? I'm sure I remember that. Wow. Okay, so shopping list then is try and find a DolchPac ISO PCB. Probably not going to find one of those, so the other option is commission one. Then take a look at a couple of different versions of Linux, and then also find an IDE hard drive that is around 30 gigabytes in size. Interesting.
Or try and get USB working with the DolchPac. Nah, actually, no, that's not a great idea.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have to change the cable connector inside or something like that, or however it works inside. I'd have to change all that round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would be good.
So I've obviously never seen any of this before because mine arrived without a PCB. So what is the connector on the end of it? Is it a 4-pin phone thing or like a handset thing?
Let me get it back up on stream. I think I can take the keyboard completely out. Yeah, so let me flip back over camera so everyone can see this. So this is the connector. It's a telephone jack.
So that's got what, 4 or 6?
4. It's a 4-core telephony jack.
Okay. So that's like the ones you get from handset. So that would just translate to the pins on a PS2 then.
You would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a pin out somewhere, so it'd be fairly easy to do. And yeah, those. I'm tempted to get you to crack it open now, actually, and see, because I know that the LED lights are on a daughter board. Because I've got the original daughter board. It took me about 2 years to get it, but I've got the original LED light daughter board and mine at the moment is currently using TKC 1800.
Sure. Do you know how the case comes apart? Is there a screw somewhere?
Yeah, so underneath the pads.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've not got the stream up. So you see that, yeah, you got the rubber pads. If you lift the rubber pads, there are screws underneath them.
Right.
But before you do, I can see you've already started on stream.
I haven't
got a
actually
delay.
I couldn't actually get any leverage on it.
There's the Dolch sticker that you see on the back. There's a screw underneath that, and it's just held on with like double-sided sticky tape. So I would get like a very thin spudger or something just to get in underneath.
It sounds like I'm going to need to get the hot air gun anyway, just to, because these are really stuck on. So I'm probably just going to need to melt like those. This might not be an on-stream job. I think it's a little bit more difficult for an on-stream job. But yeah, so I'll take those off and maybe get a little bit of hot air on this so I don't damage the badge, and not melt the plastic either. Okay, and then I can do this at the same time because I want to take this badge here off because I can feel the Dolch badge underneath. It's like definitely lifted here. It's like a gap that's just there.
Yeah.
So the Dolch badge is definitely underneath it.
That's going to be in such good condition. If that's had a sticker on it the whole time that's been there as well. Mine's all
Yeah.
scratched up and
Well,
everything, but
the Japanese logo from the company, the plastic is still not fully taken off on this. Like that's still got like some of the
bloody
plastic
hell.
covering on it.
Bloody hell.
This is such good condition.
I'm
Like there's no shine
seething.
on the keycaps either. Like the keycaps look like brand new GMK do when they come out of the molds. There is
Yeah,
no shine on them. It's like
the
still
ones that
textured.
I've had, I've since sold mine on because they were antsy. I got a set of GMK Dolch to put onto mine. Obviously, they look slightly different. Well, first of all, I got I wrote on Mech Market. Is there anyone in the US that has a set of GMK Dolch that isn't using the ISO compatibility stuff? And someone was just like, yeah, you can have it for like 15 quid or something. So I was like, that's great, I'll get that. It got to me and it looked great, but the whites on it were slightly too white.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, the legends were, and unless anybody pointed it out to you, no one would notice it. But Zui, at every single meetup and every single opportunity that he could, because he had a bloody ISO set, would go, it's close, but it's not quite right, is it? I mean, look at that. It's obviously different. I was like, ah. So I thought I'd better get. Is that Zui in the chat now? I can see his name.
I no, I think
Is
that's a
it
different
a
Zui.
different Zui?
I
Okay.
think it's a different Zui. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This we always wondered how I knew how to pronounce his name, but now I think he realizes because we know a different Zui. Yeah.
Yeah. So he would point that out at every opportunity that he had. So I just caved and got a GMK set and sold the original set on, which I kind of wish I hadn't done because it was in like your set. It was in really great condition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and find a picture of it.
Well, if any of our US counterparts can find me an ISO version of this keyboard, I'll let them have the ANSI keycaps as a replacement.
There you go. That's a
Cool.
good deal.
It is a good deal, I think. But yeah, I'm just really, really happy with this. I was so surprised when we turned it on a few minutes ago and it actually worked. That was not something I was expecting. I was completely expecting nothing or a little bit of smoke or like a heat smell or something like that. But no, it just works absolutely fine. I was really surprised, especially considering I had to find a random kettle lead for this, and I just plugged it in and I didn't even think about it. But the voltage difference from Japanese power to UK power must be different, right?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Yeah.
But it worked. So I'm a happy chappy.
Cool. And I'm extremely jealous. Yeah. So where did you actually buy it from then? Was it just Japanese eBay or?
It was Yahoo Auctions in Japan, but I bought it through Buy, which is a service there.
Yeah. It's something that I don't know. I keep hearing people talk about, but I haven't looked into it just because my poor wallet probably couldn't handle it. But yeah.
Let me see if there's another one on there for you now, dude.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
My page is loading. It takes forever to load, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get something up. Dolch. Let's search for Dolch. Let's see if it finds anything. GMK Dolch. PBT Dolch. No, there's no DolchPacs on there right now.
No. Good.
There's no DolchPacs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people. Have you used it before? Is that how you got? Was it you that got the AK2 with Japanese sub-legends?
I do have one with Japanese sub-legends, but I got one with Arabic sub-legends quite recently as well.
Very nice.
Yeah, the Arabic. I actually showed that off on stream earlier on. The Arabic one that was in almost new in-box condition as well, which is nice.
Whoa.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I've got a lot of thinking to do because now the last thing I want to do now is kind of like destroy this piece of history now that it works because it just looks so cool sat on my desk right now. Like,
yeah,
literally, it's just so aesthetic. Like the way the lighting is at the side of me right now, it just looks great. I'm going to take a picture of it after the stream, just how it is now, because I think it just looks great, and I definitely want to get this working.
I think first port of call is to see if anybody wants to do a swap. That would probably be the easiest way to do it, and just swap
Yeah,
the
swap the PCB
PCBs
and
over.
caps. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if not, then yeah, we know people. I might be able to help with getting a QMK compatible
I mean, it doesn't even need to
PS2
be QMK. It just
thing.
needs to
PS2, yeah.
be PS2 and just needs to work with the whatever flavor of Linux I put on here, right? That's all it needs to do.
Google this. QMK PS2. Protocol support. Yeah, oh, yeah, it does supposedly have it.
Oh, I think Merlin did something with his, and he might know. Okay, interesting. I'll reach out to Merlin because I know him quite well. I'll definitely ask him the question and see if he's done anything with the DolchPac before. But I definitely want to get this thing like fully up and running now. This is mission critical, I think.
Yeah. So what is it you actually want to use it for? You said in the shop.
Yeah, so I want to have it literally set up in the workshop so I can check orders as I'm packaging things up, make sure I'm following customers' notes and things like that, and just have it there as like a live listing to be able to look at customer orders. Now, originally I was going to strip it out, put a new screen in it, and put a Mac Mini inside there. But I think actually having it use Linux and use all of the original hardware is way cooler. Like, just so much cooler.
Yeah. I think I mentioned in chat earlier about the bit splits. He put a full modern build inside a DolchPac, and it involved like converting the power supply to do ATX and things like that. It goes into great detail. It's really well put together. And I know you don't want to do that, but I'll put it somewhere anyway. In fact, I'll just
Thank
put the
you.
guy's
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, it's cool to know. Eldar1 has found the pinout for the keyboard as well. That's awesome. He actually has as well. Wow, DolchPac. Let me send you this link, guys. It's in the chat, but I'll send it to you as well.
Oh, Kishi did it. God, that's going back some.
Yeah.
So if I remember rightly, Kishi was the guy that discovered the Kish saver as well.
He was, yeah, that's where the Kishaver name comes from, yeah. That's pretty cool. That's back
PS2
in
keyboard,
2013. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
Eldar, for finding that. That's really cool.
So you've just got to work out, yeah. I imagine that if you did ever create a custom PCB for it, I mean, for the sake of simplicity and stuff, I say for simplicity, you could have USB on it as well for flashing and everything, and
Yeah,
then that'd be really cool.
that'd be really cool. Like a modern PCB that outputs to PS2 but has all of the functionality capable for everything else. Could even do some interesting things with the layouts as well to fit more modern keycap sets within the 1800 style keyboard layout that the board has. That'd be quite cool.
How much power do you get out of PS2? That's a good point. PS2 power.
I have absolutely zero idea. This is way beyond my technical knowledge now.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can get RGB on it. Oh, no, you don't need RGB.
I wouldn't even dream of putting RGB on it, man. No.
Hey, mine's got single color backlight, but it's just because it's like there, I have to have it working, even though it looks horrendous with it. In fact, I've got a picture of it here somewhere. It just looks wrong. Here we go. This is it with a completely incorrect keycap set as well. Why did I put that? Oh no, that's not even my DolchPac. That's a different 1800. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it.
I'll paste the links to these images in chat so people can see what you're talking about.
You're not
Is
horrendous.
that coniferous on that 1800? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, yeah. That for a long time that was the only GMK set that I owned, and it's currently sat in a box. I still love it, but I just don't have it on anything.
No, it is a good set. I actually sold my set a while back, and I'm kind of regretting it. Actually went to for those of you guys watching, went to Voxkey of Smith and Room. He actually has that now.
There we go. This was when I had the Liku, which yeah, I don't know if I should say this on stream, but I really wasn't a fan of that PCB. It was temperamental, so it would occasionally just completely brick itself, and because of the chip that it used, you couldn't reprogram it using the you couldn't reflash it over USB. You had to use an ISP.
Right. Okay.
And that became a regular occurrence. And also because I'd put a plate on it, and the way that you're supposed to access the ISP on a Liku was from the top, but obviously I couldn't because of the plate. So I had to reverse all the pins on the underside. Oh, it was a massive
That sounds
pain.
horrific.
Yeah.
That sounds
I sold
horrific.
that on and replaced it with a TKC 1800. So
nice. I do have some Liku PCBs from old TX keyboards. I think my TX 1800 actually has a Liku PCB, but it's not the greatest PCB at all. In fact, it may be the very same PCB you have in that particular board.
Interesting. But yeah, it works great. So like I was saying, the issue with the lock lights is that it's on a daughter board as well. So even if you have the daughter board, that's great. But if you don't have the cutout for it to fit in, then that can also be an issue.
Sure.
So what I had to do with mine was I had to sand down the pillar that it was on, and then also sand down the top of the LEDs so it would fit in.
That sounds rough. Okay.
Exactly. I don't suggest that you do that at all.
No, that is not going to be on the cards. I think if we replace the PCB and gets to that point, I will just make sure that whoever designs the replacement PCB takes that into consideration.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd say keep the daughter board though, just so you got like the OG lights and everything in there. Keep it as original as possible.
Sure. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for your help, Gauty. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, dude.
You're very welcome.
I think I'm gonna end the stream now a little bit earlier than I expected to. Well, Gouty's helping. So if we get this all up and running, Gouty gets to keep the boards off. That's what I said. That was the promise I made. So even if that takes 2 years, whatever, Gouty technically has it on unlimited loan until we've proven that this is ready or not. Right? There we go.
Okay. We've got that on recording now, so
yeah,
there we go.
Just keep it unless I absolutely declare this project off the cards. That's it.
Yes. I have slightly fallen in love with the Borsdorf. It is true.
I do have some spare switches for you that I keep meaning to send you. They're actually here, just proof that I do have some spare switches. They are here. I will send you them at some point.
What did I need to replace? I can't even remember. It's working 100% fine now, so...
Well, just in case. I'll send you just in case. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. There was that one switch, wasn't there? Which is miraculously working somehow, despite missing a leg, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, so the leg on one of the switches is snapped halfway off, so the solder is kind of like forced into the hole to make it connect, yeah. So you may want to change that one at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, thank you very much for that, Gouty. I will be in touch and we'll chat over the next couple of days about how to get this beast working. But I really appreciate you joining me on stream. Thank you.
All right, have a good evening.
Thanks. Chat, say thank you very much to Gouty and send him some hearts in chat or something like that and say thank you to him for entertaining us and pointing me in the right direction.
I'm going to get all embarrassed now. So, yeah. All right, dude.
Cool. Thanks, Gaps. I'll speak to you later, man. Take care. Cool. So let's put some music back on. Now Gouty's gone. Okay. Okay, that should be some music back on. Thank you very much, Gouty, for joining the chat. I really, really appreciate that. I hope that was entertaining for you guys as well. I'm pretty sure the music's starting. There we go. There's the music. So I think we're going to end the stream here, guys. So my plans have completely changed with this DolchPac. I absolutely intended to strip it down, put a Mac Mini in there, but I think now the real thing to do is try and preserve this bit of history and try and rebuild it to something back to its former self. Put a modern operating system on there via Linux, upgrade the keyboard itself to a new PCB, perhaps. But yeah, it seems like this was a much better deal than I thought it was. So I'm genuinely really excited about getting this up and running and working. I will keep my promise to Gouty about being able to keep the Borsdorf. Let's be honest, I never really intended to ask Rick back anyway. I was just going to let him keep it. But if I can get him to help out of that, then it's a great option. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today. I hope you enjoyed the workshop tour that we did earlier on. I hope you enjoyed having a look around the cars and making me start up the Datsun. I hope you enjoyed talking about the DolchPac and taking a look at that, because I think it's a really cool piece of history. And yeah, I'm gonna close down the stream now, but I'm really excited today. Today was a good stream, even though it was a bit scuffed, and even though we were trying new things. But I really enjoyed this week, guys. So thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for all the support you've shown. Yeah, I'm gonna head off and take an early night, but I'll see you all again soon, and I'll see you next week, guys. Thank you very much for your time, and take care, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evenings. See you later, guys.